Okay, a brief video on how to set up a scale on a Naim arrow tone arm. Leave the cartridge on, this is my spare arm, and put the stylus guard on. First thing to do is to remove the outrigger weight, on the side there. We won't need that anymore, you'll see why soon. And gently remove the normal counterweight, which as you can feel has a metal to metal contact, and this is part of the reason why the scale was developed. They consider that the rubber bush here is not sufficient to stop the resonances of the metal to metal getting through to the cartridge point. So, having left your scale overnight to warm up, you don't want these rubber rings to be too cold, because it's quite a tight fit, and these are what they look like, special rubber silicone rings. There's 3 of them inside each one, so they want to be it wants to be not freezing cold. The first thing to do is to remove the tang on the underside that connects the spiral of the original counterweight. That just unscrews. You don't have to do it, and I'm not going to do it on this sample, but I would, and I have done on my own one. Then, to just lubricate this slightly to make it easier to put on, just breathe on it. That makes it slightly damp, and it just makes for a better fit. Before we do that though, you've got a cadenza, so you'll need a little bit of extra weight, and there are 2 extra weights, but using both is too many. So just line up the holes and add that like that, and then nip it up pretty tight, don't need to go mad, with the Allen key provided. You just don't want it resonating, obviously. So, nip it up, like so. That goes on the back. Now you notice that the hole is not central. This is to give a lower centre of gravity, but also to add the ability to set up the horizontal tracking angle, the VTA, which is what this was designed to do, but is no longer necessary. Pinch it a bit tighter, I can feel it's loose. Here we go. That's firm. Okay, so we breathe on this, and then just very gently ease it on, lining up. It comes on pretty easily. There we go. That's it like that. If you don't breathe on it, don't use moisture, don't wet it, and certainly don't put things like washing up liquid on it, what have you, because it needs to be a good grip. And make sure that the hole is uppermost on that screw and not anything like that. And then when you come to set it up so that the arm is level, as we've done before with the spirit level, which I'll show you in a sec, then you use this to minutely adjust. But first you need to set up the tracking weight. So once you've got that on there, it's going to be actually about that close. The idea is that the counterweight should be as close to this point as possible. This gives it less of a pendulum effect. If it could be closer, it would be great, but the extra counterweight actually would mean it would be too close and would touch the cup, which is not good. So just feel that you can feel there's no metal to metal contact just by gently rocking it, and therefore these haven't sort of rolled over inside, which is why you breathe on it. Okay, so obviously I don't have a deck to set this up, but what you'll do is in the normal way, although you don't have the sort of twisty action, it's a friction fit. You'll set it up to your tracking weight, which is the recommended tracking weight of the cartridge, plus 0.2 grams when you use a Naim arrow, so that's 2.7 grams tracking weight as far as your scales are concerned, but that will be a real 2.5. When you've done that, I recommend you do as before, put the spirit level provided with the arrow dead centre, and then place that on the record, and you want the bubble to be in the middle. We're only looking at the horizontal because you've not changed the arm pillar height, so we're only looking at the horizontal, and then if the bubble is that way, then you twist this slightly and then it will counterbalance it, and you move it minutely, remembering to lift it up off of the pillar each time you make an adjustment. Do not do it while it's in situ. Once you've done that, you should then each time make sure that your tracking weight hasn't been altered. So it's a little bit fiddly to and fro, but really that's all there is to it. Very, very simple operation. You should find it a huge benefit and get rid of that forwardness that you've